Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Toon Review for tonight's Newcastle United latest news show with myself, Paul, and of course, Billy Bob is with us. Quite a bit to go through, of course, over the weekend, looking at certain Premier League results, and of course, Newcastle United's bid for a striker. It looks now like we're not going to get the two in that we pretty much everybody wanted. So where does that leave Alexander Isak? Apparently, we are still working very, very hard on bringing Visser in, but at the moment, that is the only striker name that is a possibility, apparently, of coming to Newcastle United. I'm joined by Billy Bob. Good evening, mate.
Good evening, and good evening to the Toon Review Massive, the Magpie Massive, and all you superb people out there in Viewerland.
Now, Chris from Evermore is with us in the... Indeed. Chris from Evermore is in the chat as well. Made his debut on Sky at the weekend, of course.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he?
He did very well, but unfortunately, he had to put up with that Bell End Liverpool fan that I had to put up with, unfortunately, Peter, who thinks he's God's gift, apparently, and certainly thinks he's now God's gift to Liverpool fans and God's gift to social media. When he's just not. But Chris held his own, did very, very well. So very, very good to see him in. It is looking like Visser, Billy, that is the man that's going to be coming. But Newcastle United, I mean, that isn't even a certainty yet. It's still all over the place with that in regards to Visser coming in. Certainly the Strand Larsen things have gone dead. You know, any other striker now doesn't look like it. It looks like the main aim is to get Visser in.
Yeah, and he didn't play at the weekend, did he? He was back in the squad, but didn't play. So, yeah, Visser looks like the one. We'll probably try and get him, take a lesser bid than 60 million, but I guess if push comes to crunch, push comes to shove, I should say.
Push comes to crunch?
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
I've got two mixed in once, haven't I? When push comes to shove, when it comes to the crunch, I guess we'll give them what they want in the end.
I have a feeling that's going to how it's going to work out.
Yeah, as long as we're bullied on that and not on the Isak fee, that's the one that's key for me.
Yeah, it was. Chris says there he was a bell. I could barely get a word in edgeways. I think they may need to keep him on a leash at least until he leaves for Love Island. Yeah, that seems to be where he wants to go. Absolutely. By the way, Manchester United, Billy, still looking for 3 points.
Yeah,
I mean, I know we are, but the crap they've given us over the summer, it is quite funny.
I think they're still looking for the ball that Bruno Fernandes managed to whack into the River Thames.
What a penalty that was, there!
What a fantastic penalty it was.
Absolutely abysmal. That's still bouncing down the King's Road in London, no doubt about that. Right, I'm seeing a few questions asking what happened to TTR Friday. I'm going to come on to that in just a moment. Just to wait until we get our usual lot in the door for the show. While we're waiting, Billy, Asula linked with a move abroad on loan. I mean, look, if we send out Asula on loan, for me, Billy, that just says to me that Eddie doesn't think he's going to make the grade. Because when we're in a situation like we are now, there is no way on earth you want to strike a leaving. So I just have a feeling that maybe there's a possibility that Eddie thinks not quite good enough.
Yeah, but then we need two strikers, then, don't we? We can't just go in with.
Well, we need two anyway. Let's be honest.
And whoever may still be at the club at the moment, we can't let go of Asula just yet. But if
I'd find it very strange. I must admit, I'd find the whole thing incredibly strange.
It's very odd. It doesn't make any sense to me. I thought Asula did okay last week when he came on. I know he only had limited time to kind of perform, but thought he did okay. And I think we can use him as that kind of role to come on late on in games and keep the press on. I don't see the point in letting go. Certainly on loan, I don't see him moving, and especially to Ten Hag, who's not got a great record with players. Full stop.
Well, Leverkusen lost yesterday
at home to Hoffenheim.
After taking the lead. Dreadful. By the way, shout out to my other team who I follow in Spain, Real Mallorca. Great comeback against Celta Vigo yesterday. Looked down and out. scored in the last couple of minutes to get an equaliser and could have gone on to win the game. It was a brilliant game, actually. Really exciting at the end. But Real Mallorca off and moving in La Liga, Billy. But they are to struggle this season. But I do. Obviously, we have access to a lot of football, so we get to see a lot of the foreign leagues when we want and things like that. So watching the Bundesliga yesterday, watching La Liga, then obviously the Premier League. There's a good standard of football across Europe right now.
Yeah, I agree. Ligue 1's also got some fantastic teams in it. Of course, they've got the European champions in their league. Serie A. I mean, Napoli yesterday. McTominay and Kevin De Bruyne are scoring. McTominay looks a hell of a play, by the way, in a role that suits him.
Wow, I mean, you're right. What a difference he makes. And just to think that everybody shouted him down when he was linked with a move to Newcastle. Just incredible how a
every single Man United fan did, didn't they? They saw him every week, but
yeah,
unfortunately for them, he was playing in the wrong ball.
Well, he was playing alongside Fred as well. So, I mean, what chance does a man stand?
He was never a defensive midfielder. He's playing as an 8 for Napoli and scoring goals week in, week out and looking a really good player.
Yeah. We will keep an eye on European football, that's for certain, because I watched a bit of the Nice-Auxerre game as well, and that started like a bat out of hell game. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes or so of that game. It was incredible. But looking at the results today, Billy, obviously you've got Forest drawn with Palace, Everton winning 2-0 at home to Brighton. Grealish, outstanding, by the way, assisted on both goals. That could really be a great move for Everton.
Absolutely, and on either side scoring a goal as well. They've got some really good players at Everton. They'll do well this season, I think. I think they're a little bit weak in the centre-half department. I think you can get Tarkowski and whoever's playing alongside him. With Branthwaite's there, they're a lot stronger. But I think if you get Keane and Tarkowski together, I think you've got a chance. And they've got 2 auxiliary fullbacks as well. James Garner's playing out of his skin. It doesn't matter where they play him. He's playing out of his skin. They're a good side, Everton. Yeah, I think Moyes is going to do a good job with them.
Yeah, I do. 12 for me, Billy, remember?
I think I got them 10th or 9th. Quite high up. Laura was pontificating last week about Man City, how they're going to be the walk away with the league and that. That changed after one game, didn't it?
Well, I tell you what, Thomas Frank, those Tottenham fans that were moaning on about him need to change the ways, Billy. Just while you're talking, I'm just going to change my headphones, Billy. But what a difference Frank makes to Tottenham.
Well, they're definitely much better, aren't they? There's none of that high line crap that they've been using for Postecoglou's years. They look more solid defensively. And, of course, with the signings they've made, they look quite good defensively as well. Richarlison suddenly looks a player. Fantastic goal last week. They just seem a lot more balanced side. And Sarr in midfield's a year older, and he looks a hell of a player. So they've got Sarr, and they've got the Swedish fella, what's his name? Lundvall.
Yeah, Lundvall.
Excellent player as well. Yes, so they're going to have a good season, Spurs. Another one that's going to be pushing for the top 4, I think.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you what a change of manager and a change of system can do. I mean, Tottenham looked so organised, more organised than I've ever seen them for a long time, to be honest.
Yeah.
And Manchester City, I mean, they've got some great individual players, but they've got to combine as a team, and I think that's what they've struggled at. But we'll see how the season goes on. But I think Tottenham are going to be a very difficult side to play against this season because he's got them extremely disciplined. Robert D has been a member for 2 months. Women's team about to sign 2 World Cup winners from the US.
Or 2-time World Cup winner.
2-time World. Yeah, I saw that.
Who is it?
I don't know her name, Billy. I saw it on X. Hang on, I'll be able to tell you in just a second. That's if it's on the Women's X page. I'm not sure whether it is at the minute because obviously
Is it just the rumours yet?
No, I think they're genuinely going for her, but I don't think it's... it's not confirmed yet. Just about the woman, the Grace Williams, that's the last on there of any new signing. But she's a very, very good player. And I think it just says that the Lasses global reach is out there now. Certainly one of the favourites to get promoted this season. Graham Sinclair said, what happened to the other TTR channel? Well, Graham, it was too much, mate. It's simple as that. Running this one is hard enough, as you'll find out in just a second. But you know what it is? We would have loved to have kept that going. But at the moment, the way it is, it's just too much because, you know, this one takes a lot of running, put it that way. And there's a lot of factors in the background, shall we say, that shoot us down and try and stop us, basically. But yeah, Michael McIntyre has been a member for 8 months as well. Thank you very much, Michael. Much appreciated. Don't forget, if you do enjoy tonight's show, guys, hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, please do hit that subscribe button. It is free of charge. All that we ask for is that you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a what's the word I'm looking for? A live show, I should say. Sorry, I got tracked off on the messages there. Anyway, you can become a member of the Toon Review by hitting the join button just underneath us. Of course, lots of prizes to give away, etc., etc. And don't forget, you can super chat the channel as we already had tonight. That will guarantee your comments to be read out on the show just by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. Right, so there's a few people messaged me over the weekend asking where the TTR Friday show went. Now, I want to address numerous things here because it all kind of rolls into one. Billy obviously made a comment on Friday's show, jokingly, as we always do, about Ukrainian goalkeepers, and everybody seemed to have a laugh in the chat, etc. But what we find is when the show finishes, that's when the haters come out because they haven't got the balls to come on the live show and say anything. They wait till the show's finished and then they go into the comments. Now, some of the comments after the show on Friday were quite frankly disgraceful towards mainly me and Sam. There was a complaint went into YouTube regarding what Billy had said, and YouTube decided to honor that complaint and take the show down, which it's just unbelievable. And it was crazy. So unfortunately, the show was taken down for that very reason. There's nothing I can do about it as owner of the channel. I just have to bow down to YouTube and say, okay, you know, I mean, it's a joke at the end of the day, but some people seemingly can't take jokes no more these days. And the complaint was made. I'm openly honest about it. I'm not going to tell everybody, oh, it's just disappeared and all that kind of crap. I'll tell you why it was. That was why it disappeared. I wasn't told in advance it was being taken down. I found out at exactly the same time everybody else did. I was looking through the comments. Then all of a sudden I went back to my YouTube studio page to do some more stuff backstage, and it was gone. So then I received a message from YouTube around about 10 minutes after that, saying that due to a complaint being raised, they've honored that complaint and removed the show. So anyway, be that what it is, there was a lot of abuse in the comments as well after the show, and I'm not feeding trolls here or anything because this needs addressing. Excuse me. There was a lot of real horrible things said about me and Sam in the chat, in the comments, about basically bending over backwards and taking it up the arse to Sky, bowing down to Sky. We've lost all our credibility as a channel because we've been on Sky. All we're trying to do, apparently all we're trying to do is push for subscribers and likes. Isn't that the name of the game? Promoting your channel? You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but me as a full-time YouTuber running this channel, is that not my job to promote the channel to bring in more subscribers? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Now, some of the names we were called in the comments after the Friday show were simply disgraceful. And look, it's up to anybody to watch this show, and it's up to anybody to watch us if we go on to Sky or we go on to whatever it is that we go on to. You know, other people have done it for years now who run YouTube channels. We've seen great people who run Newcastle channels get onto Sky from Newcastle Fans TV. For you know, Matty. You know, we've seen Pete from Loaded on there as well. So everybody's just trying to promote the channels, but obviously trying to speak for Newcastle as well. Now, when we go on, we're given our opinions. We're not given the opinions of every single Newcastle United fan. So it may be that some Newcastle fans don't agree with us when we're talking about Isak or talking about other things like that. They have no, they completely disagree. And that is fine. You know, Sam gave her opinions on it. I give my opinions on it. And that's all they are. But to be called like thick, see you next Tuesdays, you know, fat, see you next Tuesdays, a bunch of, you know, bending over backwards, taking up the arse, you just love Sky, you're not a proper channel anymore, you're just one of these people who just promotes your own ways and all of this. And right, that couldn't be further from the truth. And anybody, Billy, that's followed me as an individual, followed you since you joined this the channel, or followed anybody, we've always gave our honest opinions, and we've never been friendly towards Sky if we disagree with what they've had to say.
Absolutely not, or anybody for that matter. You know, we've got our own opinions. We all quite happily to say them, and we've got nothing to hide. And as far as Sky Sports News goes, when they've been wrong, we've said, well, we felt they've been wrong, we've said so. And
yeah, absolutely,
it's our chance to go on there. Or it's Sam's and Paul's chance, and Chris from Evermore. It's their chance to go on there and correct the bloody score. Come on,
yeah,
you know, correct the narrative. That's what it's all about. It's straightforward for me. If we didn't have that representation on there, they'd get free will, say whatever they liked about us. Now, at least we've got someone who's going on there to give our side of the story. And yeah, I think it's a great thing. That's the other thing that you mentioned earlier about my little joke about whatever it was.
Yeah.
I've said far, far worse than that on TikTok Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Far worse.
Yeah.
And if you go onto YouTube, you can watch videos of Chubby Brown, Bernard Manning, Jim Davidson, all spouting racism and sexism and all sorts of nonsense.
Yeah.
They don't get taken down.
Yeah.
So come on.
But the message is basically you don't have to announce you're unsubscribing from the channel. All right. If you don't like the channel, or you think we've sold our soul, or whatever bollocks that means, please do just disappear through the door. Nobody wants to know you're unsubscribing. You're not really, you know, having an effect, because I tell you something, you're not stopping us doing what we do. The Toon Review will continue to do exactly what we do. Simple as that. And the people that want to be part of this channel have the option to be part of it and can grow with it. You know, be part of our growth. And you know what? You know how we feel about all our subscribers and viewers. We love everybody. We have a great time in these live shows. TTR Friday, I must admit, I did consider ending TTR Friday until, well, the mods and everybody else kicked me up the arse to say, don't be so stupid. You know, this is it's a laugh at the end of the week. Some people just let their hair down, and it's a getaway for some people. And I've had loads of messages from people saying, thank you, you've helped my mental health and stuff like that, which is incredible to know that we can do that. You know, I'll be openly honest with everybody out there. I'm going through a bit of anxiety myself at the minute. The last few weeks have been a bit tough on my anxiety, but you know what? I've got Susan, I've got my family, and I've got this channel, and it helps me through a lot of, you know, bad times for me, given with my illness and things like that as well, having to deal with Parkinson's. Billy's been through a lot, but Billy loves doing what he does, and it gives us a release. It gives us a break from normal life. You know what I mean? It gives us a break from everything that we're battling to come on here and talk about football at the end of the day. And that's all what we do. We come on and we talk about football, and you know, we just express our opinions. But you know, when you get death threats and see you next Tuesdays and all of this, I mean, dear God, it's a YouTube channel at the end of the day. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. It's your choice to watch it, really. But I mean, it is unreal. But I had to address it because I've had so many messages asking where the show went, and there was a whole there was a whole thing broke out after the show with people who really I've never seen before, to be honest. I didn't even recognize the names. And we do recognize a lot of people who come in here on a regular basis to chat with us and things like that. So I didn't know who they were. It just it left me feeling a bit rough, to be honest, on Friday night. However, it just, not everybody's going to agree with my opinions, and that's fine. I'll back my opinions up as everybody else will. But if you can disagree in an adult way, then that's what it's all about. It's a bit mental. So I was a bit shaken and stirred on Friday after the show. Certainly knowing it had been taken down. I know Billy was, because, it was at the end of the day, we were there to have a laugh. And I don't know, it's just crazy. But anyway, let's get into some of your super chats and stuff, and then we'll move on. I just had to address that, guys. I'm sorry I've rambled on for a few minutes there about it, but these things have to be addressed from time to time, unfortunately. Adam Percival is a new member of the channel. Welcome, Adam. Trevor McDonald's been with us for 14 months now. I could have said since retired from reading the news, Billy, but of course it's not the Trevor McDonald, of course.
Trevor McDonald, as he was on his was.
Absolutely. Robert D says Orlando Pride midfielder Morgan Gotrat. Yes, I know she was called Morgan. I probably butchered that.
I wouldn't want to be Jonathan Ross saying his name.
No, definitely not. Stephen Wild says, "Hi, Paul and Billy, love the show. Is there anything happening on the Alexander Soloff front?" No.
Hopefully not.
Well, oh, God almighty, Billy.
Come on, Sato. You can do it.
I genuinely think we're at a stage now, everybody, where I think it's Visser or nobody by the looks of things. Certainly, Craig Hope did make a comment. He was chatting to some people today on X, and he made the comment saying it looks like it's Visser in, and it only looks like one. So listen, it may change, Billy, before the end of the window, but as it stands now, I think we have to come to the acceptance that it's possibly only going to be one and a bonus too. But what I do know is deadline day might be interesting this year for us.
For a change? Well, we had no signing on deadline day since, except for Harrison Ashby, since January 2022.
I think it's going down the wire, Billy, on a few things.
I think so too. I think we could be in for one or two players come deadline day. We shall see, but I don't want us to be selling Isaac deadline day and then rushing around trying to find a replacement.
Oh, God.
If Isaac has to go, we want £150 million this week, latest Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, I think if nothing's done by midweek, Billy, I can't see him going anywhere. But don't forget, deadline day, we're on from 10 a.m. in the morning all the way through till the window closes. It is, of course, our deadline day charity stream. Every super chat that we receive on that day goes to charity. We raised $5,000 last time. We're looking to beat that this year with your help. As the channel grows, then so can the targets to beat. So we hope that we can beat $5,000 this year. But it's a shorter time, Billy, by about, 4 hours?
Yeah, less, haven't we? So
we'll probably be on. Yeah, we'll probably be on for an hour after the window closes, especially if we've done some business. So we're probably looking at 2.5, 3 hours less than what we normally are on. So it's a challenge for you guys this time for the 4 charities. Dan Robinson, Goldbridge chats about. Yes, I know. Indy Nerf, member for 34 months. Really looking forward to the game tomorrow under the lights. It's going to be one hell of an atmosphere. Much love to Paul, Billy, Sam, and Alex. Don't forget, Match Day Live tomorrow night, 7:30, with Billy and Alex, as I am at Manchester Arena tomorrow night with my, the equivalent of the K-pop S Club 7, apparently.
S Club 7? Oh, sorry.
So there we are. I'm doing daddy duties tomorrow night because the Premier League decided to move the game for TV purposes, of course. Twats. Biffed by Adam West says, grow your channel, mate. Fully support TTR. Thank you, Mr. I'd love to know your real name, but I'll call you Adam for now. Dean says, I bet millionaire Mark Goldfish doesn't get his streams taken down. Or he says far more outlandish things. Bloody prat. He's got... he's in a stage where he's got lots of lawyers behind his back who can just take on anybody. So it's very different for us smaller channels, of course. Charlie Marley says, we are a family. I was going to break out in the song there if you hadn't put an A in there, but you did, so thank you. Stephen Tonks, a member for 8 months. Evening, lads. Well said. Thanks, mate. Dan Robinson says, Paul, I disagree with what you said on Sky. I feel Isak needs to be brought back. Send a message. Newcastle's word is law, but I always respect your opinion. Love the show and everything you do. See, because Dan's mature. You know, Dan's got a brain about him and can understand that we all disagree on our opinion on how people should deal with Isak. But, you know, my God, some people. Shane Smith says, the channel's growing rapidly. There's many more new subscribers than leavers. Keep your chin up, Paul. No need to justify yourself, mate. Billy, behave.
Thanks.
That little bit at the end. I'm not justifying myself, to be honest, because, you know, I just had to address the situation. That's all. John says, found you 2 years ago. I'd watch every show. Thanks, John. David Noble, member for 22 months. I love you guys. You are the best, but also the mods are incredible. Some people just don't know the work that goes in for this channel. Well, I know. Martin Watson says, 32 months. Where's the time gone? Great show as normal, Paul. Fook them haters. 32 months, Martin. Thank you very much. Joe, one of our mods. Thank you, Joe. I'm so glad I found your channel, Paul. It keeps me going. The last couple of months for me, my family have been rubbish, and the whole TTR family kept me going. And we always will, Joe. We're always there for you. Alan Kennedy says, I don't write a lot on chat, but I support the show fully. Thank you, Alan. You're not the Alan Kennedy, are you?
Liverpool and Newcastle, of course.
Indeed. Stephen Lofthouse, can't remember what Billy said, so it can't have been that bad. You guys are great. Make no nonsense of the idiot. Well, it wasn't that bad at all, to be honest. It was just.
Don't repeat it.
I'm not repeating it, but it was just Billy being Billy.
I've said far worse. Far worse.
We all have.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kate says, hi, Paul. Please, can you do a shout out? Because it's our cousin Stu Flyboy birthday today from Kate and Jonathan. Absolutely, Stu. Happy heavenly birthday, buddy.
Yeah,
those of you who don't know Stu, he was a massive part of this channel from very much the early days. I think he was a subscriber before even Billy came on board.
Bruce out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Brilliant guy, always contributed to the shows and was a big part of this channel. So absolutely happy birthday, Stu, and I hope you're flying high up there, as I know he will be. And certainly happy to see Newcastle winning a cup, etc. Thank you for letting me know that, by the way, Kate. Much appreciated, because he was a big part of this channel and we miss him dearly. Anyway, let's move on. So, Billy, tomorrow night, it is the big game, of course, against Liverpool. And, well, nothing's been spoken about this game. And this is, you know, there's hardly anything being said in the build-up to this game because it's been taken over by Isak. And you just know that tomorrow night, Sky's Monday Night Football is going to be completely dominated by Isak from the word go, instead of people concentrating on the game. And Eddie alluded to it in his press conference that he was getting really fed up with the whole situation now.
Well, let's hope Arnie Slot and his team are in the same opinion, because if they do, then they're going to get their asses kicked. Because at the end of the day, it's about a game of football tomorrow night. Nothing to do with Alexander. He's withdrawn his labour, so he won't be playing. He's just persona non grata. So it's all about the two teams on the pitch, and and it's going to be a massive game. Newcastle United versus Liverpool games are always good, never any dull games. And under the lights at St James Park tomorrow night on a lovely hot bank holiday Monday, I'm really looking forward to it. I have to say, I think the atmosphere will be fantastic. I think the game will be fantastic. Two excellent sides going at each other for 90 minutes. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those crackers, isn't it? I do genuinely get a feeling. And you know what? The Sky can make it about whatever they want, and they will. Their whole build-up to the game will be dominated by Isak, and what a wonderful team Liverpool are, and how much Isak could integrate into that side, and they'd walk away with it. We know exactly what they're going to say, Billy. But for Newcastle United, it's looking at this in a different way and thinking, right, we need to keep that, and the fans do in general really as well. You know, it ain't about Alexander Isak tomorrow night. It is a football match to try and win 3 points in the Premier League, and pay our respects to Diogo Jota and his brother, of course. Then the game starts. The Newcastle fans have got to get right behind the team, not mention Isak at all. and make sure that the team know that we're right behind them from the word go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how James Park always operates. I have no doubt in my mind that the Liverpool supporters will be mentioning Mr. Isak's name on a few occasions. Let's just hope we just get behind the team and take their notice of what they're saying. Let's have none of these stupid songs that we sing about Liverpool. I'm not a fan of those at all. No. Just concentrate on supporting the lads in black and white. And if we need support, if we're behind, pull them through. And if we're ahead, celebrate it. That's what it's all about. It's about making it as hostile as possible. And by singing towards your players, it's imperative.
And to be honest, from what Arne Slot said, Billy, he's been very, very respectful of Newcastle United, saying that, the last 3 times he's faced us, he's found it very difficult because of the intensity that we play at. The game at St. James's Park last season, and he said for 60 minutes at Anfield, it was the same kind of game. It was intense. Liverpool struggled, and then the cup final, he admitted that they were outplayed in the cup final. So Arne Slot knows, he's trying to deflect all the stuff away as well, and actually talk about the game, and make sure that the media understand that he's going into this game and he knows exactly what to expect from Newcastle.
Well, he's got 2 fullbacks missing, hasn't he? He's got the no right back at all, so it's going to be Curtis Jones or an auxiliary fullback at right back. They've got to be able to resist the press, and it's not easy. It's not something you can coach also. And so I think the press is going to be really, really violent tomorrow. I think it's going to be at the neck, straight at the throats, straight away. Well. And I think it's going to be as long as they can do it, and then some will come on and maintain it. And they can't deal with it. They just can't deal with it. Simple as that. They didn't deal with it at Wembley. They didn't deal with it at St. James last year. Although having said that, they did kind of hit us with 3 good goals as well. So this is what I'm thinking. They're great going forward. They're not so good in defence. And that all, for me, makes a great game of football there to be taken. It's going to happen. No doubt in my mind.
Now, you, of course, don't have to watch the build-up on Sky. You can put Alex and Billy on from 7:30 on Matchday Live. You don't have to listen to the Sky commentary either. We have the best Newcastle United commentary right here. Just knock the commentary off on Sky, watch the game there, but listen to us. It's the best way to do it on a Newcastle United match day, Billy.
Absolutely. No one does it anywhere near as good as us, I don't think. I know that's blowing our own trumpet a little bit. I guess someone has to blow it.
Well, careful, Billy. I mean, if you start blowing our own trumpet, you'll be accused of trying to get subscribers. God forbid we do that. We've got a few more super chats.
If I play my own trumpet on screen, I think we deserve a few.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Dear me. Biff by Adam West says, no need to read publicly, but sent numerous emails with my real name supporting the channel and your health journey. Didn't hear back. Hope you saw it. I'll have a look. The thing is, a lot of emails disappear into spam and stuff like that, but I'll have a look, matey. I will have a look. Magpie 50 says, how about Larson or Visser and Tony on loan for the season? Carry on the top work, guys. Come on the TTR. Did you see Tony yesterday having a right barney with the linesman, actually, about an offside call or something in the Super Cup yesterday, which his team actually won eventually, or I think it was on penalties. But I don't know. I don't know whether Tony could slot back into the Premier League.
I think he could, but I think the past baggage at Newcastle United makes him kind of not the kind of player that we'd be after.
He was still bitter, wasn't he? Like, I mean, not towards Newcastle as a club, but I think towards Rafa. Didn't think he got very good treatment from Rafa at all and didn't really get a chance. And to be honest, I don't disagree with him on that. I don't think he did get a chance under Rafa before he was shipped out again. And I think he's come back and proved Rafa wrong. But I don't see Tony happening. Larson, for me, is going to be quiet, although the Wolves fans did make sure that they had a right go at him on Saturday. They weren't impressed with his performance. A lot of them commenting on X that he looked like he wanted a move or he was expecting who didn't want to be there. I guess it's just anger about Wolves' performance, Billy.
They haven't started the season great, have they?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
And there's a few clubs like that. West Ham have another one. Dreadful, weren't they? Let's be honest.
West Ham. I mean, did you hear that commentator?
No, what did you say?
Well, it was put on X, actually. One of the commentators in the background said, They are completely fucked.
No way, did he?
Yeah. It was. Everybody heard it. It was fantastic. I mean, talk about honest opinions. I mean, that was absolutely.
I don't see Potter lasting longer than September. If I'm perfectly honest.
I mean, there's some good players in that West Ham side. They shouldn't be that bad. No way.
When do we play them? Because we need to play them before Potter gets the tin sack, because they were much better once to get a decent manager in.
Well, you know for a fact, Billy, they'll sack him a week before.
Probably.
And then we play them against a new manager, and there'll be a different fucking side. Dan Magin says, ignore the morons. Since finding the channel a couple of years ago, the only NUFC fan content I watch now is TTR and Evermore. Never change, guys. Thanks, buddy. Samsonite Dove says, cards on the table. Had it not been for me finding this channel, I wouldn't have been proud to say I'm 12 years, 5 months, and 3 days on the wagon. How are the lads and lasses? Fantastic, matey. Well done. Absolutely superb, mate. Well done. Spike, pity YouTube are not as quick at going after trolls. Exactly. I mean, it's a shame the internet isn't in general. Companies that run these social media pages. John's been a member for 7 months. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's game. Should be an absolute cracking game. Dan says, ITK TTR says we want subscribers. How dare they? I mean, how dare us? How dare us? Didn't somebody make a comment on Matchday Live as well? The very same thing, Billy. You know, because during the commentary, you know, maybe once during the first half and once during the second half, I'll say, please do keep subscribing. And somebody had a go at me saying, I'm just using this platform to get subscribers. Didn't we? Are we not? What the fuck? Ah, dear. Mr. Brewer says we dodged the bullet with Sesko, completely anonymous today. I mean,
he did one little dodge trick on the left hand side, didn't he? Where he kind of back here at the pass one and then push it forward again.
Yeah.
But he needs to start games. They need to start with him, because if they keep him on the bench and bring him on with 20 minutes to go, he's never going to gel, is he?
Well, Billy, I'm just getting news in my ear that Bruno Fernandes's penalty, the ball is now just approaching Weatherby services.
Wow.
So it's almost up here in the northeast. It's traveling at pace. It's like one of those. It's like one of those comets in space.
Might make Harry Kane's penalty.
Oh, hey,
in the World Cup.
It was dreadful. It was dreadful. John says, Keith Downey. Every YouTube channel does. Every YouTube. That's the whole point. You want to grow your channel. Oh dear. I think we dodged a bullet with Trafford as well. Well, Billy, I mean, James Trafford should have been sent off. Then made a horrendous error for one of Tottenham's goals.
Yeah, he did, but you can't just blame a goalkeeper for he's had one mistake. You know, it's his first start for Man City, I think, wasn't it? I don't think he started the previous week. He's a good goalkeeper, a young goalkeeper. He's going to make mistakes, but I think he'll come good in the end. He just seems good with his feet, is what we thought, doesn't he?
Well, I mean, look, everybody that's sort of turned down Newcastle and gone elsewhere haven't had the greatest of starts. João Pedro, maybe he started well at Chelsea, of course, but
TK.
All right. Sod it. Let's move on. Now, what I have seen over the weekend, Billy, is quite a few people's photos of betting slips with Joe Linton's name on it, saying that they expect him to be first to be booked in tomorrow night's game. You know what it is? I mean, look, he's one of the favourites to be booked. There's no doubt about that. He is who he is. But I just hope and pray that Joe Linton is the physical beast that he is, but then stays out of the afters, if you know what I mean. Like he makes a tackle or anything like that, or he's tackled himself, because, you know, Joe Linton tends to lose his temper if he doesn't get a decision for him, and then he'll go and make a silly tackle. That's what he's got to stay out of tomorrow. Just get up, get on with the game, and be your physical presence on the, you know, doing the right thing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be violent with it, see. I mean, we saw in the cup final how good he was, and the only time he really got violent was near the end when he Randy Orton, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah.
I wouldn't just to maintain his usual game and not lose his temper. He doesn't want to be kicking McAllister like Bruno doesn't want to be kicking McAllister, because they'll try because Argentina, etc., etc. Yeah, he's just got to be physical with it, and I think we can beat them in the middle of the park with our physicality. I really do.
Yeah.
And of course, Joe Linton will be helping out whoever's at left back, potentially Livramento with Byrne, to keep an eye on Salah, who at Wembley didn't do anything. But it was Ramadan, and it was also the wrong time of the season for him really to be playing cup finals. But there you go.
I mean, that's got to be really tough for a footballer. And we saw it ourselves with Tiote, etc., and Cisse. When they were fasting, it's got to be difficult to get the proper nutrients into your body that you need to go in and play in the Premier League. However, Billy, I think that if I was going to bet on anyone, to be booked tomorrow, Mad Dog.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I think if Klopp was in the other kind of dugout, I could agree, but it doesn't seem to be that bad with Slot.
Yeah, but he always likes picking fights with the coaches, though, doesn't he? I mean, he doesn't tend to go for the manager; he goes for the coaches.
Yeah,
remember that incident at Anfield when they were chucking stuff at each other from the dugouts? It wasn't really the managers that were involved; it was going on behind them. So it was quite funny, but I guess he's got to be careful as well, because if they're telling Joe Linton and Bruno etc. to not get into any fisticuffs and handbags and all of this, then they've got to set an example on the sidelines as well. We can't see them going off, or the players will look and think, well, hang on a minute, he's told me to keep me temper and he's bloody throwing water bottles.
Yeah, I mean, that is quite ironic that does happen. I'm sure that Tindall is one to try and calm him down, then lose it himself on the sideline. Because I think if I was to bet, I think Van Dijk will get sent off tomorrow.
Well, look, I mean, I was going to say, people are saying, oh, they'll target Joe Linton, they'll target Bruno, etc. Well, why don't we go and fucking target one of theirs? Van
Dijk with Gordon's place, no doubt about it.
But Van Dijk does not like being. He doesn't like the physicality of it. If he gets out fought for a ball or things like that, Gordon did it to him last season, and he ended up blatantly. How that was not a sending off. It wasn't even looked at by VAR, was it? So it was clear.
He got sent off the year before, didn't he? He got sent off the year before as well.
Yeah. He does not like playing at St James's Park, and I think it gets to him. The crowd get to him, the atmosphere get to him, and our players can get to him. And I think if I'm not saying go out there and deliberately, aim to get a player sent off. What you've got to do is be tactical about things and think, right, he is somebody we can target who doesn't like the physicality, who doesn't like being beaten by pace, who doesn't like being beaten full stop and can lose his temper very quickly. So
absolutely,
if they're going to target us, then, I'm sorry, but, why not go at them either?
I totally agree. I think there's definite weak links in there. Defence and certainly midfield also. I think McAllister can be got as well. I think Bruno can get inside his head and force him to kick out. So yeah, there's 2 or 3 players we can get at, and I think Van Dijk's the big one now. Get him sent off.
Well, listen, Bruno loves going up against Argentinians, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
He loved the end. I mean, the Chelsea game at St James's Park. The Enzo thing, and he just loves going up against Argentinian players. And I think he thrives on that. He thrives on going against, because there is that competition between Brazil and Argentina about who have the better players. And it doesn't matter whether they're playing at club level or international level. They always want to prove a point. And I think Bruno is one of those players who says, right, I'm Brazilian and I'm going to get the better of you in this game. And I think that's why sometimes it all blows up, because I don't think people realize what a massive rivalry that is between Brazil and Argentina, whether you're playing club football or international.
If you ever want to watch a bloodbath on the pitch, go and watch Copa America, Argentina against Brazil, or a World Cup qualifier, Brazil v Argentina. They kick the shit out of each other, and literally do, and sometimes they get away with it. Generally, in recent games, Argentina will come out on top, but the referees are definitely anti-Brazil. I don't know why that is, because they all seem to get blamed for everything, despite Enzo Fernandez and little niggly fouls they get away with. And Argentina have always been like that, where Brazil are a bit more heads up. They'll kick you, obviously kick you, whereas Argentina are quite sneaky with it, aren't they?
Well, they are, but I think tomorrow. I think Bruno has to keep his head because he's captain, and I think he needs to lead by example tomorrow as to how to stay calm. and how to stay level-headed in the incredible atmosphere that is going to be there tomorrow night, because it doesn't matter what we say, there is going to be needle there tomorrow night, made by the fans, I think, of both sides, you know, because of what's gone on over the summer. But there's always that needle when we play Liverpool. And I think, you know, I've made this point numerous times, and I think, you know, it's kind of gone a bit sour over the summer because of what's happened with transfers and things like that. But the Liverpool fans are very similar to us. You know, the working class, the bleed red for the team. It's all about football in Liverpool, just like it is in Newcastle. I think we've always had that kind of understanding with them. And I really don't want that to be soured, because, you know, there's a lot of plastic fans on X and social media, as we've seen. But the real, true fans will always speak up, and they have. They've always spoke up and said, "Look, we've had them on here. You know, I'm a Liverpool fan, and you know, and it goes both ways. There's some dickhead Newcastle fans out there who claim to be Newcastle fans who just seem to have come along since the takeover and thought we were going to be giants of football.
Hell yeah,
hell yeah, yeehaw, absolutely." Who's on commentary tomorrow? It's Billy and Alex tomorrow. Sorry, Billy.
I was going to say something. I can't think what it was.
You can't have forgotten that quick.
I can. I'm like a pissing goldfish.
Well, I'd see a doctor about that. Emma says Tyndall will get a fine or red card for causing a punch up in the tunnel at half time, especially if it's slotsy punches. Would love to see it. Bloody hell, Emma. I don't want to see that. I honestly don't. I mean, some people like to see a good punch-up, but I'm not sure the tunnel in a football game is the best place. No. Probably a boxing match. So, yeah. I don't want to see that, but I want to see us get into them, Billy, and I want to see us ruffle the feathers. That's what I'm talking about. Making things very difficult for them, because we know that there's certain Liverpool players don't like that, and I think we can do that.
100%. That is our blueprint, isn't it? That's how we play the game.
Yeah,
especially at home. You know, we just don't let up, and teams like Arsenal and Man City and Liverpool have had trouble doing it against it. And I've seen no reason why that won't be with them tomorrow. And they'll know it's coming, but how to stop it? How to stop it? I don't see how you can stop pace, work rate, desire. It's something you can't stop, and so I just don't see how they combat it. The way they combat it is by going mad for the other end. And of course, that's what they'll do, but we'll see. Yeah.
I'm just quickly reading an article here. According to Sport Witness, whoever they are, actually, there's a few other reports. Juventus are actively encouraging Newcastle to make a late move for Vlahovic, Billy. The Italian Giants, the Italian Giants are under financial strain, with the Serbian forwards' £12 million per year wages proving prohibitive as they attempt to reshape their squad. Well, there's no way we're going to pay him that, is there? So, I mean, you can ask all you want. To balance the books, they put him on the market for £35 million, a fraction of the 80 million valuation he once commanded in 2022. However, Vlahovic is not pushing for a move.
No, thank you.
I mean,
if he wants to take 100 grand a week, then yeah, obviously 150 grand a week, you get him.
I mean, they go on. They go on about how Vlahovic could link up with Gordon and Elanga and be one of the best striking forces in European football. I mean, absolutely. But I mean, when you hear that a player isn't really open to the move, then I don't think it's a go ahead, unless somehow
he's not open to the move because he knows he ain't going to get the money. That's why he's not open to the move. I think if we were offering him the money that he wants, he'd be here like a shot.
I don't think there's anywhere in world football bar Saudi where he gets that money, Billy, to be fair.
I agree.
The way finances are at the minute.
I totally agree.
I just don't see it at all. I'd be incredible. Graham, Paul, I'm seriously thinking about unsubscribing. Billy is sounding too grown up. Poke him to say something we can giggle at.
Zen Garden. I'm in Zen Garden.
Billy has zened out. He's a new man over the summer.
I was in it Friday, but must have popped out for a minute or two.
Warren says, Paul, is that the next top you have on? I had one 10 years ago. Did not fit at the time, Slimbo. I have no idea what top this is. It was a shirt in my wardrobe, and I simply put it on. I'm not bothered about the label on the back, quite honestly. I don't care anymore.
The sailor look's quite popular in K-pop fans, apparently.
Sorry?
The sailor look, quite popular amongst K-pop fans. If you put that on and a nice little white cap, I think you'll go down the treat. What are you smiling for? There's nothing funny about that.
You are such a bastard. Honestly. I am genuinely doing a lovely thing for my two girls.
I totally agree.
And all you can do is abuse me about it.
I'm
loading a lot of things onto my phone for tomorrow night. Put it that way. If I can't stream the game, then I will be certainly not watching.
We're going to have a review of the K-pop concert Tuesday night?
Well, no, because we'll be reviewing the Liverpool game.
We can set 10 minutes aside for you to review the songs. I Left My Heart in San Francisco and things like that.
Moving on. Gavin, who I believe is a Liverpool fan, just a thought. Do you not think these players being linked like Vlahovic, or however you say it, it so it catches the Saudis' eyes? Probably. And we've seen that all summer. We've seen a lot of players being linked with team. But that goes on anywhere in football, I think, Billy, doesn't it? When a certain player suddenly gets linked. And we've seen that over the summer. The amount of agents that have jumped on the bandwagon saying, oh, this team's in, this team's in, this team's in. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been phenomenal this summer.
I'm surprised, actually, Saudi haven't gone for Vlahovic already. Like you say. Yeah, it's the only place he's going to get the money, and I think he's I think it'd be a good fit for him. I mean, unless he doesn't want to go, obviously. If he doesn't want to go, then that's the end of it. But he ain't going to get the money elsewhere.
Yeah. There'll be no K-pop review on Tuesday night, guys. I will be watching the game back, so I will have watched the full game by the time we do the review on Tuesday. Simple as that. So you can get lost with that. Listen, it's also Susan's birthday this week, so we're I've treated her to a much nicer hotel, Billy. We're going to stay at the Hilton instead.
In Newcastle?
Night. No, Manchester, Billy.
Oh, it's Susan then with you?
Yeah, of course she is. Well, she's not going to concert. She's going for a pampering session and all that, while I have to, do the real hard job and go to the concert with the kids. Yeah. So she's
coming. I think it's a fantastic gesture. I really do.
You should, Billy, being a father. You know what it's like with a young child growing up. The things you have to do as a parent.
This is why I got my son to like Oasis from a young age, so I didn't have to take him to things like bloody Justin Bieber concerts and K-pop.
Yeah, well, K-pop wasn't around. I don't know where this K-pop's come from, to be honest. It's mental. Will you be doing the Champions League draw on Thursday? 100%. Yes, Billy will be joining me for that. We will be live for the Champions League draw. Of course, Alex and Billy did that 2 years ago. I was away in the car. I had them on in the car, and it was the predictions were tremendous because both of them said we're going to get a group of death. They actually, I think you named a couple of the teams that we're in a group with, didn't you?
Stato did, yeah. Stato certainly did.
Yeah, so me and Billy will be live on Thursday for the Champions League draw. Can't wait for that. That is going to be absolutely fantastic. So no way will we be missing that. We will be live. God knows when it takes place because it says it's going to take place at a certain time. Yeah, but the way it goes on is a little bit mental. But I know, Billy, we've been waiting for so long for the Champions League again, and it's only a few days away to find out. And I mean, this time, how many's in our group this time?
I don't know. Is the groups? Is it just down to 8? Is it 8 in the group, something like that? And I don't know how it works. I don't watch much.
Or is it just one big league now?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, somebody will know in the chat. I haven't done my homework on the Champions League because I just haven't. I just know them with. There'll be the Carabao Cup draw after the second round games this week too.
Oh, there you go. That's another draw thing as well.
Draw. Yeah. The third round of the Carabao, of course, defending our title, and we haven't said that ever. We are defending our title, of course. Aaron says it could be worse. I had to sit through a Mr. Tumble concert when my lad was. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I've had to grow up with him, with kids of, just when I thought I was getting rid of him, along came another child, and I would have to put up with him again. Him and the bear in the big blue house. Oh my God.
Peppa Pig.
Oh, the Peppa bloody Pig. Every time
I've seen Mr. Tumble live as well, strangely enough.
Have you really?
Yeah, when he was about 3, I think we took him to a Christmas do at the Christmas concert at the NEC, I think it was. All the CBBS lot were there.
Oh.
By
the way, apparently, Tom says Billy's laughing at Mr. Tumble. If you know, you know. By the way, they're saying it's one big group. So what is the Champions League draw then? Is it fixtures?
Well, there's more than one big group, isn't there? There's a big 2 or 3 big groups, I imagine. Lots of teams in it, isn't there?
Well, they've got to do a draw somehow. It's a 36-team league.
You don't play all of them, do you?
No, you
draw
play,
who you're going to play. I think you play 8, yeah?
I think you play. Well, you play a certain amount at home and a certain amount away, don't you?
Yeah.
You play 8 different clubs, apparently. Okay. Right, there you go. So that's what the draw's for, is who actually play in that league. And apparently we're in pot 4. That's the lowest pot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, pot 38.
Yes. By the way, Billy, Boniface failed his medical.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, it is considering. Considering the other night we were saying that players never fail the medicals anymore. Just as soon as we say that,
Victor Boniface, yeah.
Oh, Emma, I didn't really want to know that, to be honest. Justin, who plays Mr. Tumble, also played Jake on the bloody Tweenies. Oh my God!
Hey, are you ready to play?
Right, it's a little bit scary that you actually know the theme tune to that, Billy.
I'm Fifi and the Flower Tots.
Joanne says 4 home, 4 away. Yes,
that's how it would be then.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't wait for the draw to see who we play, and we're gonna get some big boys on there.
Yeah,
because we're in pot 4.
Yeah, because we're not seeded. We're obviously in the lowest seed, so I
imagine
get 4 or 5 big ones.
Yeah. Tom says we bought John Beresford after he failed his medical at Liverpool. We did. We did. Yet he passed his medical with us, which was weird. But I guess I don't know whether teams must do different medicals, Billy. It must be different, different things that they have to hit. So I guess teams don't all do the same kind of medicals.
Clearly not. Otherwise, they will fail everyone, wouldn't they? Or pass everyone.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Why Boniface has failed one in Milan, Lord knows. But if it's, I guess insurance comes along with part of it as well. If you sign a player that's got injuries, and it's hard to insure, it's more expensive to insure them, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. In the Night Garden.
Oh, that was shite.
Do. I still remember the tune to that one.
Iggle Piggle.
Billy, listen, nothing will ever beat Rainbow, will it? Let's be honest.
Absolutely will.
Jeffrey!
Yes, it never beat Rainbow, will it?
Jeffrey! Oh, dear. You cannot beat Rainbow for no amount of money. I mean, it's just fantastic. Anyway, we've come to the end of the show. Yeah. Brilliant.
Fireman Sam, that was a classic. Why didn't they lock up that Norman Price kid? Because every week he set fire to something.
What was the?
I couldn't help it, Sam. I had a box of matches.
No, but what was the one that clearly referenced adult things? It was
Captain Pugwash. Captain Pugwash.
Was it Pugwash? Was it not?
There was a semen stains in it.
Yes, there was lots of stuff like that. But wow, yeah.
Roger, there's something with that. Roger, something with that.
Well, it was Roger the cabin boy, was it? Was it
something like that? Yeah, I think it was.
Ah, dear me. The old Master Bates, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, absolutely. Trip down memory lane. Ah, dear. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a great show tonight. Thank you for understanding when I had to say what I said, and I had to go through all of that, but it needed to be said. Barbara's been a member for 42 months now on the channel. Barbara, thank you for your support. She's also sent in a super chat saying, "Hi, Paul. Would love it if we beat Newcastle United tomorrow." Well, let's hope VAR don't play a part in it. But listen, thank you so much. The next show will be Matchday Live, 7:30 tomorrow night with Billy and Alex. Obviously, I'm traveling to Manchester tomorrow, so there will be no shows from me unless something breaks and I have to do video from my phone or something like that. But as it stands, Billy and Alex will bring you up to date with all the news at halftime as well. Whatever they need to discuss if something does creep up in the news tomorrow. Thank you for all your super chats and memberships. Thank you, mods. Thank you to Billy, and thank you to you guys. You've been fantastic tonight. As usual, please give it a like if you've enjoyed the show, and a subscribe if you like. I don't want to shout from the rooftops too much, but please do subscribe if you're new. All we ask is that you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show in the future. But that is it for tonight. It's the big one tomorrow. It's the K-pop S Club 7 at Manchester Arena. And I am full of enthusiasm for it. But seriously, guys, how are the lads? Let's get 3 points tomorrow night. In the meantime, we'll see you soon. Good night.
How are the rats and rasses?
Come back and check out the breeze.